But let's dive into our tips for today because that's what you're here for, and I want to help you with some items. Number one tip is create an outline of your message. Oftentimes we create, when you're about to do a presentation and you're taking time to draft what you want to write, we usually do a brain dump, right? We write all of our ideas and we try to put some of our ideas together. But the best way to start is usually with an agenda and an outline of what you want to say. This will really, really help you to not read from a script that you create, but guide your thoughts in a logical manner to deliver your message with proven points and facts that are going to verify your main message. Hello, amigos. It's Celeste Leon, and welcome back to the Light to Success podcast, a place where we can discuss how to strengthen our mindset, increase our confidence, and maintain a high level of motivation to reach the next level of success in our lives. So, let's get started. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Light to Success podcast. Today, I want to talk to you about public speaking. I want to share some tips with you on how you can become a better communicator, a better presenter, have greater executive presence when you're speaking, and be a better public speaker. At this point, I have probably spoken on over 100 stages, from speaking at KPMG, in person and virtually, speaking at Valley Bank. I have also done multiple workshops with non-for-profits. I have been a master of ceremony for weddings, beauty pageants, sweet 16s, corporate events, and more. And now I also recently launched my public speaking course called Articulate Mind, Confident Speaker, which I am incredibly excited about. Right now, I have 5 students in my initial launch with my course, which is a 7-week program where I dive into so many topics regarding public speaking to really help you get to the next level. And if you're interested in this, please DM me on social media saying the word public speaking, and I'll share more information with you so we can talk about it if you're interested in working with me. But let's dive into our tips for today because that's what you're here for, and I want to help you with some items. Number one tip is create an outline of your message. Oftentimes we create, when you're about to do a presentation and you're taking time to draft what you want to write, we usually do a brain dump, right? We write all of our ideas and we try to put some of our ideas together. But the best way to start is usually with an agenda and an outline of what you want to say. This will really, really help you to not read from a script that you create, but guide your thoughts in a logical manner to deliver your message with proven points and facts that are going to verify your main message. So let's say that you have a topic. You should have your introduction section. Then you should have state your main message at some point. Then you should have points to validate what you want to say, which could be a story, facts, research, client success stories, whatever you're using to validate that, and then ending with a conclusion. That will allow you to then use each boxes and sections to write out your content, to look up how you want to deliver that, to think about your transitions and make it flow better. Because I have, from my experience where I've done presentations that are both fully scripted to not scripted at all, obviously they're both two extremes. And I would say the middle point is usually the best. You want to be prepared and know what you're going to speak about, but just reading the whole time will usually break your interpersonal connection with your audience. And if you have a structure, it's going to help you be more natural. And in a way, it will help you speak from the heart or give you even more credibility with your audience, because people will feel like you know what you're speaking about and you know the topic really well versus just reading off the screen. So again, this will help you with maintaining eye contact with your audience, and it will also give the right vibe to them that you know what you're speaking about. Number 2 is have a strong hook. So in your agenda, I quickly touched upon your introduction. Now, your introduction is really important because this is what you're going to use to spark curiosity or interest in the topic that you're speaking about, right? I think when we all look at great public speakers, one of the biggest things about them is usually that they have our attention from the beginning. They hook us. We want to know what they're going to say because they already spark that curiosity in our minds. And a hook can usually be, sometimes it could be a question, sometimes it can be a story or a fact. Like, did you know that 50% of people do XYZ? No, you didn't? Well, let me tell you more about it, right? Or did you know that this disease is the most common in people from 20 to 30? If you're between 20 to 30, you're probably going to be curious to know which one it is and how you can avoid it, right? And all of you, I'm sure you're all on social media as well. Have you noticed that the reels, the videos, the stories that perform the best usually have really strong hooks at the beginning? Because research will tell you that if a video doesn't have a strong hook of that first 3 to 5 seconds, especially on social media, people will not watch the whole thing. They'll keep scrolling, right? This is why hooks are so important. Number 3 is to add a story to your message. Oftentimes we know the conclusion that we want to say, right? The point, the belief system that is in our brains that we want to get ahead. Or if we're selling something, we know what we want to sell and the benefits that come along with it. But nothing creates more connection with your audience than having a powerful story to back up your message. Stories are a powerful way to engage with your audience and bring your message to life. And experts say that stories are more memorable than facts. Think about your biggest memories from childhood. These memories are stories that you experience at a certain time, at a certain age, and they usually caused an emotional reaction in you that was so strong, which is why it is so vivid in your mind. So usually when you're sharing a fact or some research, there's no emotional reaction. But when you share a story, there's an emotional reaction in people that will usually lead them to remember what you're going to say way more than if you didn't share a story. Or think about when people introduce themselves and they work in a specific industry, right? If they just say, hi, my name is John and I work for company ABC doing XYZ. Okay, great. Awesome. Will I remember that tomorrow, the next day? Perhaps, perhaps not. But if you say, hey, my name is John, I work at company XYZ because I'm extremely passionate about helping people accomplish this and giving back to the community, because when I was a certain age, I experienced this and it really affected me and my family, XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. then you can see how the passion stems from someone. You can see the correlation in their actions of how an experience led them to do what they do today, which often will also tell you how much they care about what they do and that their heart is in the right place because they once struggled with this. Or whatever it may be, a story that just is impactful in your journey. Again, this creates connection. This creates a strength, a connection between you and your audience. It makes you memorable. It makes you stand out. It makes you personable. It makes the audience feel like they know you better. So again, my 3 tips for today were: create an outline of your speech rather than creating a script. Within your outline, have bullet points if you'd like, but do not create a full script that you're going to read off from. Let your ideas flow and speak from the heart. Speak from your experience, from the credible knowledge and expertise that you own to speak about that subject. Number 2, have a strong hook. You need to engage people from the beginning and spark their curiosity to learn more about what you're going to speak about so they stay until the end. And number 3, always include a story in your speeches, in your presentations, because this will create a greater connection with your audience that they will not forget. I hope you enjoy these tips, that you implement them. Again, feel free to reach out to me with any public speaking, self-esteem, confidence question that you may have. I want to talk about this more in the podcast. I'm rooting for you. I want you to become a better public speaker because that's the journey I've been on and it's been incredibly rewarding. And now I want to help others do the same. Until next time, my friends. You have just finished listening to this episode, and I hope you're feeling inspired, enlightened, and ready to take the next step to accomplish your goals. Make sure to check out the show notes for any information shared, and if this message impacted you, please share this wisdom with at least one person you care about, and let's grow this movement across the globe. Always remember that the light to success is you, my friend. Until next time.